Hey, what's up guys? Greg with DXOMark Gadgets back with another video, and today I'm doing a camera comparison between the Nexus 6P and the Google Pixel XL. Right now I'm taking a video with the front-facing camera. I'm at a park here. It's a wonderful day, a lot of light, and I'm just going to show you the comparison. We're going to switch videos eventually between the two different cameras so that you can see which one you like better. We're going to go for a walk here just for a little bit. Okay. Some kids playing on the playground there. Okay, let's go to the back camera now. Now, what we're really looking for here is the difference in the video stabilization, because the video stabilization that the Pixel is advertising is supposed to be second to none, even though it's only electronically stabilized. The Nexus 6P did claim to have electronic video stabilization, but I know that in my use with it, it was never really a very good experience. So I'm walking right now in the park, and both of these phones are actually mounted to the same tripod right now, which I'm holding in my hand. And you can just look at the difference in the video quality here. Okay, we're going to start this camera comparison with outdoor shots in very good daylight. We have up first the Nexus 6P with a picture of some flowers that I took up close. As you can see, there are very good colors here, and really the Nexus 6P, being one of the best cameras from last year, is doing a really good job of capturing it. We have a nice blurred background in the grass, and these colors are really nice as well. So it's overall a very good image. Now, when we switch over to the Pixel, you can immediately see that we have a wider field of view, actually. I pretty much took the pictures from the exact same spot, and you can see that at the top of this photo we have a bit of the sidewalk creeping in. So that's giving evidence to the fact that we do have a wider field of view on the Pixel. Now, you can tell that the photo itself is brighter, the colors are popping more. It's much better than the Nexus 6P. The Google Pixel is doing a wonderful job here, and I say it takes the win in this round. Next up, we have a picture of my car here. It's a nice orange car, good for camera comparison, and we have the Nexus 6P first. It's a wonderful photo, great, especially for last year's standards. You can see that the clouds in the background are very well exposed as well. So Nexus 6P doing a very solid job here. Let's see what it looks like compared to the Google Pixel XL. Alright, now switching to the Google Pixel XL, we have again a brighter shot here. We have more details in general. Now, it looks like maybe I didn't frame the shot as well as I did with the Nexus 6P, because we can't really tell that the clouds are exposed as well as the Nexus 6P. But either way, I would still have to give the win here to the Pixel. It's a much better photo. Okay, and here's another shot with the Nexus 6P of the park itself where I'm at the moment. And I'm not really going to say anything stands out here except for the facts that the clouds are exposed very well. It's doing a nice job of showing the HDR Plus feature that the Nexus 6P does have, which the Pixel is supposed to improve upon. So let's see how that compares to the Pixel XL. Okay, so here's a shot with the Pixel, and I'm actually a bit surprised because the clouds are not exposed as well. They're actually very blown out, and the Nexus 6P did a better job than the Pixel of exposing the clouds. Now, if we ignore the clouds and look at the actual details of the park and the surrounding objects, it is a much better photograph. So I would actually call this round a draw between the Nexus 6P and the Pixel, because the Pixel did a better job of getting the details of the park itself, while the Nexus 6P is doing a better job as far as the HDR goes. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the selfie cam in bright daylight, and you can see that I'm taking a picture of myself in front of the park. It's doing a very good job for a selfie cam, fairly standard, not much to comment here. Let's take a look at what it looks like compared to the Pixel XL. Okay, in this case, we can clearly see that the Pixel is doing a much better job than the Nexus 6P. We have better exposure in the photo overall. You can see the clouds where they end and where the sky starts. You see more details in my face, and on top of that, you're actually seeing a better field of view. The shot itself is fitting in more than the Nexus 6P. So in this case, the clear winner between the two photos is the Pixel. Okay, let's take a look at one more selfie shot of me inside my car. This is the Nexus 6P. It's doing a very good job here once again. I like the fact that you can clearly make out the trees out of my window there and out of my rear view window. Nexus 6P doing a very good job here. Let's take a look at how it compares to the Pixel. So here it's not as much as obvious as in the previous pictures, but the Pixel does look like it's getting a little bit more field of view in the shot. It's fitting just a little bit more. Now, probably because the distance between me and the camera and where the car ends is not that big, so you can't really tell as much as on the other pictures. But other than that, I do like the details in the trees better, and I do like the colors on my face better than what the Nexus 6P produced, so I have to give a slight edge here to the Pixel XL. Let's move on. Okay, here's a picture of some bull statues that was taken right around sunset, and this is just a wonderful photo. This is taken with the Nexus 6P, and I love it. The clouds are well exposed, the details in the bulls is great, and this is just a pleasure to look at. Let's see if the Pixel, being a newer phone, can reproduce this, if not beat it. Okay, and now I'm thrown off a bit because the Pixel is making a photo with much better detail compared to the Nexus 6P, but I don't like the fact that it is much cooler as compared to the Nexus 6P's warmer colors. Now, again, here's another example of the Nexus 6P outperforming the Pixel when it comes to HDR because the clouds, again, are exposed better on the Nexus 6P. I don't understand why we are seeing that here. So I'm actually going to have to give the edge to the Nexus 6P, surprisingly. Let's move on. Alright, we're back at the same place now. The sun has set and it is nighttime. We are taking a picture of these bulls with no flash. And I will remind you that the Nexus 6P is a low light beast, and it's doing a very good job of grabbing light from wherever it possibly can. Let's see if the Pixel can compare. And in this particular setting, the Pixel not only compares, but it absolutely beats the Nexus 6P in low light abilities. It is pulling a lot more light. I do understand that both of these cameras have 1.55 micron sized pixels, so I don't know what the Pixel is doing better here than Nexus 6P, but it is, as you can see, a much better low light picture. Good job, Pixel. Let's move on. Okay, moving on to an even darker setting here. We're taking a picture of a gate with a Nexus 6P with no flash and seeing how it performs. Now, it's a very dark environment, and the Nexus 6P is doing a very good job to brighten up as much as what it can. You can see that there are details in the grass behind the gate and even the clouds. This is very impressive. Now, looking at the Pixel, we do see that it is just slightly a brighter photo, doing just as good of a job as the Nexus 6P, not better than the Nexus 6P at exposing the clouds, and we do see more green in the grass. So a very slight edge here to the Pixel, but both phones really doing a good job of capturing this. Very impressive. It's just showing that both of these are in fact low light beasts. Now we're moving on to the same photo, this time taken with a flash. And the flash is actually doing a very good job here helping the Nexus 6P. It's showing a lot more green in the grass. It's still keeping the clouds exposed, and you can see that there are some dirty spots on that gate. The flash here really has helped the photo for the Nexus 6P, and that is impressive to see considering the fact that this is a flash on a smartphone. Okay, and here's an example of the pixel just falling flat compared to the Nexus 6P. It's the flash here really just ruins the photo. It makes it look like there's a layer of cloudiness in front of the gate. I think it's obvious here that the Nexus 6P did a better job here. The flash, in this case on the Pixel, really did not do a good job. So let's move on. All right, let me give a shout out to all my scotch drinkers out there. This is a photo taken by the Nexus 6P in my office where the only source of light is a small little desk lamp. And as you can see, the Nexus 6P, while doing a decent job here of capturing the photo, doesn't look like it's very bright. I'm sure we will get better results with the Pixel. Let's take a look. And yeah, what can I say here? The Pixel is a clear winner. We have a much brighter shot, and compared to the Nexus 6P, it doesn't look as yellow. For some reason, there's a lot of just yellow going on. It wasn't that much yellow in the room, so I don't know why the Nexus 6P would process the image that way. Pixel, a clear winner here, no questions asked. Alright guys, this is the last round. We are taking the same photo, but this time I have all the lights in this room turned on. And as you can see, it's doing wonders here for the Nexus 6P. We do have a clear image. You can see a lot more in the photo. Let's take a look at what the Pixel performs compared to this. And again, we have a brighter shot with the Pixel, and on top of that, you can see a lot more details in the table. I'm sorry, it's a very old table. It has scratches and scuffs, but in this case, it's really helping to show that the Pixel will give better details in such an environment. Alright guys, so that is the camera comparison between the Google Pixel XL and the Nexus 6P. I just want to give a few closing statements before we end up this video. So, the thing is, at the Google Pixel launch event, they claimed that the Google Pixel was the best mobile camera ever. DXOMark gave it a score of 89, and I looked up the score for the Nexus 6P, and it's a 84. So the Google Pixel is 5 points higher than the Nexus 6P. Now, as you can see in the comparison that I just did, the Google Pixel is a much better camera than the Nexus 6P, but the Nexus 6P did manage to take a few quick jabs at the Pixel with making some better photographs. So, in some cases, the Nexus 6P can produce better shots. I guess maybe it's a discrepancy between how I took the photos. Now, one thing with regards to the camera that the Nexus 6P is better than the Pixel at is with audio recording. Now, for some reason, Google decided to record audio in mono, which I don't understand why. I guess they're trying really to be as much as like the iPhone as possible, which is not a great idea, but still, I guess they have their reasons for doing that. The quality of the audio on the Nexus 6P is much better because it does record in stereo. Now, other than that, the video stabilization, you can pretty much say that it doesn't even exist on the Nexus 6P. On the Google Pixel, it is wonderful, even though the camera is not optically stabilized. So video quality, even if you ignore all the other aspects of the video, the stabilization itself is just wonderful. Now, in general, the Google Pixel XL will take brighter photographs. It has a better field of view in the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera, and in my opinion, it is a much better camera, definitely worth the upgrade. So that is my conclusion with this camera comparison. This is Greg with OM Gadgets. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to do some more comparisons, especially against the iPhone. And before I go, I want to say that one more criteria that I do compare when doing cameras is at concerts. I like to film a lot at the shows I go to, and I haven't been able to go to a concert. So leave a comment below if you do want to see me take both of these phones to a show in the future and compare the cameras there, because it's a good comparison with the noise, with the high volume noise that you would get at a concert. So that's it. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.